Welcome back to Morning Markets on Tuesday, the 10th of October. Yesterday, we saw a rise in global oil prices and European natural gas prices following the tragic invasion of Israel over the weekend. Our sympathy sits with all of those who are impacted by this situation. This morning, please join us for a very brief update in terms of what this means for global markets. Oil prices moderated 10% through the course of last week. Yesterday, that trend was reversed as we saw oil prices in terms of Brent crude and WTI rise 4% on the day as concerns grew around the impact of the geopolitical conflict which we're seeing. And whilst Israel itself is not an oil producer, it does raise the concern that we could see sanctions imposed against Iran. Iran, who are believed to have supported Hamas's actions as a form of self-defense in this situation. Gas prices also rose by 13% on the day, which had an immediate impact in terms of the European futures market as Israel halted their production from their Tamar offshore gas field. If sustained, this could present a challenge to headline inflation. Headline inflation does factor energy as a component aspect. The US bond market was closed yesterday for public holidays, so it was unclear what sentiment was looking like there yesterday. We'll get a greater reading on that today, but the areas which we are able to observe, we saw more defensive asset classes such as the US dollar, which was positive on the day. We saw gold, which was up around 1%. Areas which are more sensitive to energy prices, such as petroleum and oil producers, we saw their share price was positive on the day with higher oil prices, whereas those areas of the market which are more sensitive to higher interest rates, should higher headline feed into core and drive a situation of interest higher for longer, were more challenged. Nasdaq was down on the day, whereas the broader S&P 500 was actually positive. Not much today by way of economic data, but we do have a number of Federal Reserve speakers, and what we'll be looking very closely at is their observations and their views around the pathway of economic projections, but also monetary policy and where we go from here. Stay tuned for an update on all of our developments here on Morning Markets. Thank you for watching.